沉睡，你眼中都
Psychological functions of culture. What are psychological functions of culture? Culture, when we talk about the psychological functions of culture, culture may play roles in shaping our thoughts, shaping our emotions, and our mental frameworks, so forth. Take a look. Culture may construct meaning and interpretation of reality. The example being dreams. What do you think of dreams? What do you think of dreams? Nowadays, we tend to be atheistic. We don't believe in gods or deities or little fishes and small gods, okay? Nowadays, through all these years of atheistic education, we don't have those supernatural beliefs anymore. So we tend to think dreams as what? We interpret dreams as functions of a brain, or disorder of a brain, or the uncontrollable process of the brain while we are resting ourselves. But in the old times, or not only in the old time, in other cultures, people may interpret dreams very differently. They may very likely interpret dreams as part of reality, or at least some signs or symbols or omens for reality. What is dream regarded as in Africa? Is it part of reality? Does it have meaning?
So that influences the thoughts, the thought process aspect. So it's very strong culture. There are some cultures who believe that, like, if you have a certain kind of dream, it has a certain meaning. Yeah. So, well, like you said, the atheists, the people who don't believe in this superstitious stuff, when they have a dream, they just shove it like.
It's just a dream. Yeah. It's just the messy process in the brain while we are not controlling it. Yeah. I'm not interested in the atheistic part. I'm interested in the native beliefs.
Well,
like significant, for example, what do you think? When you are dreaming in your dream, you lose teeth. You lose teeth in your dream. What does it mean?
Someone has a dream, and in the dream, he's like the person is making out with someone in the dream, like some kind of like a sexual. It's believed that married to a spirit.
All right.
Yeah, some kind of like a spiritual relationship. So, in some cultures, they might take the person for some kind of cleansing. To like ward off the spirits.
对，那大家听见了吗？大家听见了吗？看来我也是第一次听说。This is the first time I heard when you're dreaming that you're having sex in a dream with someone, then that someone can be a symbol of demon or bad influence, right? And you need to perform some cleansing ritual in order to rid of that negative or demonic effect.
Yeah,
in some cultures, but definitely, of course, I only care about some cultures. Very interesting, some cultures. What about when in your dream you lose teeth? 这个我们梦见脱齿的时候，这说明什么？如果说我迷信的话，是什么意思？那这还是那个什么？你说压力大，还是这唯物主义的解释？就是民间信仰这怎么解释？脱齿的时候有民间信仰胡说八道的那种，听说过吗 ？We are losing teeth in your dream. In any case, you've been lying. 好吧，我听说的，我听到一种说法，脱齿的时候是说明你潜意识这是实际上你一直在撒谎的一种反应，真的很难说这个东西。还有比方说，这个实在太多了。How do you perceive reality? For example, how do we treat numbers? How do we treat numbers across cultures? We differ rather vastly when you talk about numbers. For example, number 13. What do you think in Nigerian culture? Number 13 is taken as a good number or a bad number. In the Christian cultures in Europe, they tend to treat the number 13 as a very bad number, the number that brings bad luck because of the Last Supper.
Number 7 is regarded as the number of perfection.
Number 7 is taken as number of perfection. Why is that? But arbitrary. Culture can be arbitrary. We don't know the exact reason. We don't know. 这个 number 7 数字7对他们来说是一个完美的数字。我们有这种相似的类似的这个见解吗？我们认为这个哪个数字 What do we think is the best number in Chinese culture? 8. Number 8. Why is number 8? Sounds familiar, sounds similar to the other Chinese character, fa, which means prosperity or making money. What about number 4 in Chinese culture? What do you think of number 4 in Chinese culture? It's related to death. It's not a good number, right? And so it is believed in Korea and Japan because they share the same thing, shi. In Japanese, number 4 is shi. Shine, death, similar. Let's move on. Anyway, for another psychological function for culture to play is that it provides emotional security and stability. Cultural traditions and the beliefs can offer comfort and stability. What does it mean? Our culture can offer psychological comforts? Take a look at my examples. These are the examples offered by scholars or in the textbooks. Religious practices offer comfort? I have no idea. Again, I'm neither against nor for religion. I'm just atheistic. I have no such experience as for the comfort offered by the practice of religion, so I cannot tell. When we look at religious people, when we look at monks and nuns and practices of Taoism, for example, such people tend to look or they seem more contented than us. So I don't know whether my sense, my feelings, do you hold similar idea? Do you think religious people tend to be cooler?
Even looking past the religious code, yeah, it's like a baby, for instance, and you buy a teddy bear for the baby, and the baby gets accustomed to sleeping with the teddy. So you observe that sometimes the baby's crying, and you give her her teddy bear, she just stops because there's this kind of she's grown fond of the teddy bear. So when it comes to, if you transpose that to culture, like for myself, I'm a Christian, so we grew up with the belief that the Bible, the Holy Bible, is the holiest book. So sometimes, if we're kind of like in a predicament, sort of, it's like a little child whom you give the teddy bear, she feels comfort. Just holding the Bible with some sense of like comfort, some sense of stability, and you just feel calm. So aside the religious aspect, even in the daily practices, like the example I gave you of the little child and teddy bear, it's tend to, when someone grows up with something and grows fond of it, there's some kind of comfort that gives to that person when the person gets close to it.
大家听见了吗？这是信教人士的解释。你看，开明的信教人士对这个宗教的给我们带来的这个额外的心理的，好吧？我这个录下来，回头给那个做成字幕的，好吧？这个非常有趣啊，他这个解释非常有趣。他的比喻是the analogy is of religion, the similarity between religion and something physical like a teddy bear. When you grow up with it, when you are told this thing or this Bible, this book or this teddy bear offers you comfort in the very first place, and then next time after next, on and on, we grow accustomed to such an existence of its capability of providing comfort and giving us support and power and strength and so forth. So it's a cultural thing. In terms of the definition of culture, culture is learned. We grow up with it. We grow up to become accustomed to it. Okay?
It's a belief, it's a practice.
It's a practice. It needs to be practiced over time. Okay. Excellent example. Next, for psychological functions, culture can also shape personal identity and self-perception. It helps individuals to internalize cultural values. These values shape the sense of themselves in turn. The examples being in collective culture, cultural identity is often tied to family and community, while in individualistic cultures, identity is self-focused and independent. The example here is rather very too generous. I can't say which is what. whether such collectivist cultures are large-scaled communities or small-scaled. I cannot, if today, for example, can you say the Chinese culture in general is a collectivist culture or a individualistic culture? What do you think? A lot of people, let's say, I have no idea what the percentage is, or whether if it's majority of the people here still believe in the so-called conservative values, such as the collectivism. In terms of priority, the group is before the individual. I'm not sure how widespread or how we adamantly we stick to such a value, because nowadays, as globalization, as the most recent wave of globalization, trade, economic globalization, Chinese young people, the younger Chinese generation, tend to adopt so-called individualist culture or individualism rather very naturally due to economic and social advances. 所以我们到底我们怎么定义我们自己？我们还认为自己是一个集体主义的文化，还是说个人主义现在已经大行其道了？怎么理解？因为我在数字上没有掌握这个数字，我没有去查有没有人做过这种民调，叫这个 opinion poll 或者各种其他的 survey。I have no idea. I did not collect data. I don't know how many or what the percentage of the Chinese population still hold collectivism dear. I've been taught by my parents to be individualistic, to support myself, to rely on myself since I was a kid. I've been taught my education, a core part of my education, childhood, younger adulthood education is about individualistic effort, individualistic endeavor. I was shown examples by my parents who took care of their parents, who stick around quite very closely and very often with their parents, my grandparents. Definitely, these are signs of collectivist culture, right? When they were asked to help out with at least their relatives, their siblings, they do not hesitate too much. I cannot say for sure whether we are collectivists or individualists. In different social spheres, in different social settings, we tend to adopt different colors. In smaller groups, in smaller communities, such as with the family members, such as with relatives and friends, we tend to be collectivists. And in the larger community, which is made up by strangers, strange individuals, we tend to be cold, stay aloof, and we tend to be individualistic.